What is up, Legendary Team? It's your boy Legendary Z, and I am back for another Dragon Ball Super video. And today we're going to be talking about episode 86, the one we just had last night with Android 17's re-debut. But before we get into that, you guys, I just have to say thank you to each and every one of you guys who have subscribed to my channel. All you guys who have joined the Legendary Team, we have now passed 1,000 subscribers. As of this video, I'm at 1,002 subscribers, I believe. I just want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching my videos, for commenting, for, liking, sharing, doing whatever you've been doing. I appreciate you guys 100%. I appreciate each and every one of you. I just had to say thank you for subscribing. And if you're new to the channel here for this video, don't forget to subscribe. I've got a ton of other videos with Dragon Ball content. I go over a lot of anime stuff, but for now it's been a lot of Dragon Ball. But as I said, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's get right into episode 86. The episode starts off right away with Dende searching for android number 17. And he says something about pineapple, his little quote, that little Namekian talk, to make the tower move. And this is one thing, I don't know if you've watched Dragon Ball, you'd know this, maybe you caught it if you have. In this episode, when the power pole gets moved, that's the first time, if I'm not mistaken, that the power pole has been moved from that place since Goku placed it there when he got on Korin's tower back in Dragon Ball and climbed up there to meet Kami. One thing I want to point out here, Mr. Popo makes a point to Goku when Dende's telling him that 17's gotten stronger. Mr. Popo says, well, you haven't been really paying attention to Earth. And Goku, of course, he's going to say there's been strong guys popping up all over the place, so Earth's not his main priority. But that does seem like it may be a bit of foreshadowing for what's to come for Dragon Ball Super in the near future. Hey, the next strong enemy may just be from Earth. And after this episode, I could definitely see that being possible, or seeing that being something to come in the future. Now, one thing in this episode that was a very, very shocking and very big revelation that no one saw coming because it wasn't teased or spoiled or anything like that. Dende brings up Oob. Now, I'm not going to talk about Oob right now. I'm going to do a separate video on that because there is a lot to talk about with that. That's a whole nother separate story in itself. But just know we got a teaser of Oob coming into the story, and I cannot believe it. It feels almost like fan service, but it's not. It's just more so them acknowledging the end of Z and letting us know that they are going to either touch that or possibly even go beyond that, which I'm hoping they do go beyond that, so we can see how strong Oob gets, and then eventually that'll go into the time period of where I guess you could say GT would belong if it had a place, and we can get something for that as well, so then people can, the argument can kind of die down of, will GT ever be added in? Because at this point it's kind of hard to add that in if you even tried, and I don't mean to go off into a tangent about GT, but I just wanted to make that point. So we do have confirmation that Oob is a character in the universe of Dragon Ball Super, so we will be getting that at some point. That has not been dropped. I'll be doing a separate video on that, so if you want to keep an eye out for that, definitely do. It'll be out in the next few days. So right after that, you get to see Goku, and he finds 17 right away. You see 17 there. He has that badass debut. The guitar is playing in the background, that music. Some of the best character music I think I've heard so far for Super, if you have to ask me. And 17 is just crushing the poachers. As we saw in the preview, he's slapping bullets away, not getting touched. And you can tell he's done this so much. He's just saying, these guys just never learn. You just have to he just beats them down to the point where they're all knocked out. He's bending their guns. Tanks don't matter. Bazookas don't matter. These guys are not phasing Android 17. And it goes with the job. He's a superhuman, so he shouldn't have a hard time here anyway. But it just shows you these guys know of 17, the poachers, so it seems like they come to that island heavily armed like that, because they're not going to do that for animals. They're coming to that island ready to fight 17. So he's fighting for, pretty much his job. These guys are targeting him with the intention of taking him out to get the animals. That's their true goal. So 17's dealing with that, so that could be a form of the training he's been doing. 17 just crushes those guys, and then Goku pops up, and you see the comment about 17's eyes, where that's how he kind of pointed him out and knew it was him automatically. He was like, you have the same exact eyes as number 18. And 17, I don't know if it was a look of embarrassment or just a look of like no duh, but to me it felt like he was kind of embarrassed by Goku saying that, and we just looked at him like, okay, yeah, well, we're twins, so that's kind of how that goes. So following that, you have more poachers showing up, more weapons coming, more people coming to attack, and Goku's just looking on like, what is going on with these guys? And 17 just, you see right there, like I said in my last video with my preview for this episode, 17's got a great connection with the animals. He says to make sure you do not hurt or harm any of the animals, and he also points out, don't kill any of the humans. just beat them up so they learn their lesson. You see all the animals looking on, they're looking over at 17, and they're all worried and scared, but it looks like they've all got hope in 17. So 17 seems to have a connection with all those animals. I mean, he is protecting them, it is his job, but it goes to show you animals, they do know good people, and it seems 17, like Dende said, has changed for the better and is an entirely different person than he was when he was an android. So you see Goku, he's helping, which I mean at this point it's just so OP for these poachers. It's like, why are you guys even here? Goku's punching tanks and taking out like multiple tanks in one hit. The poachers get sent off running, they float off the island on their little boat. 17 lets them get away, I guess as he should, but you think these guys would be arrested. That was one thing that popped into my mind, but we're not going to get too deep into that because it is Dragon Ball after all. So 17 goes on the show, they go into that cave, and he shows the true purpose, one of the true purposes as to why he's on the island and why he's protecting, and that's Minotaurus. That's that purple ram looking animal that's the one that I guess is the most rare. It's on the extinct list or in the red book, as 17 said. That animal is the last one of its species, so it's endangered. And as 17 said, which I thought was going to be the case with these animals, they've been attacked by poachers to the point where they're afraid of bad people. I guess they can sense who's bad and who's not. But with this Minotauro, since they're down to the point of just having one left, the entire race has been, pretty much wiped out by people because their horns are so valuable. They don't trust any humans at all. So even though 17 is helping that animal and helping the entire island, that animal doesn't give a damn. But that's not the important part of the episode. The important part here is what comes next. 17, he goes over some past events, he talks about what happened and why he never got a chance to actually meet Goku, but he goes over how he was absorbed by Cell and all the events that led up to him dying and then being returned back to life. And you can kind of see right there, 17's already hinting at he never got a chance to fight Goku, but he wants to, and Goku challenges him and goes full on Super Saiyan, and it just looked so badass. It was like they're just standing there, camera zoomed out a little, and boom, you've got Super Saiyan Goku. He's ready to fight, and the fight is on, you guys. And when I say this fight was freaking amazing, it was everything I expected it to be and a little bit more. Oh my god, you guys, from 17 going head to head with Super Saiyan. If this was back in the Android saga with that Goku, with this current Goku, 17, like he said, would have been crushed. He said it himself. But this 17, I don't know what his power is. I almost wanted to call it the Sharingan, because you see 17, as the fight goes on, it gets crazier and crazier. The 17 starts to read Goku's movements, and he dodges a quick 17 dodges a quick strong punch from Goku and turns on some like Sharingan, Android eyes, something. I'm not sure what it is, but whenever I see a red eye, I automatically think Sharingan, especially in the case of where it's helping you to dodge your opponent, almost like a hack's ability. 17 starts whooping Goku's ass. He owns Super Saiyan Goku, catches him with those right hooks to the gut. He's got Goku on the ropes to the point they end up in the sky. 17 says he's been training and all, he hasn't been hanging around just doing nothing. Goku gets pushed back, which was just like, wow. I mean, I expected it, but I was just like, holy crap, because the preview shows Super Saiyan Blue, so you can assume 17 wouldn't have trouble with Super Saiyan 1, or in this case I call it Mastered Super Saiyan, because Goku, Vegeta, and a few other the Saiyans, they've been going Super Saiyan so long to the point where it's got to be mastered. You can't really call it a plain Super Saiyan 1. It's not the same Super Saiyan 1 as back in Dragon Ball Z. So Goku then transforms, and the thing that made this moment so much freaking greater, you see the transformation happen, epic transformation as usual. They've been making Super Saiyan Blue look extra great lately, but 17 doesn't even react. He's just sitting there like, oh, so you can do that too? Okay. And he just readies himself. And at first, for a second, when Goku got into that mode I've been saying he gets into, that Goku Black mode, where he starts to, like, his voice gets a little deeper, his inflection, his tone just gets a little darker, and he would just go straight into Kamehameha mode. But before he hit that Kamehameha, you see 17's look on his face when he hears Goku talking. It's the same thing Android 18 had back when she saw him want to fight Krillin when him and Gohan were training. It kind of seemed like it threw Android 17 off, because he was definitely shocked by Goku's mindset or just his overall attitude change. But when the Super Kamehameha came out from Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Android 17 didn't even move, he just turned on that energy field. That's a Xenoverse term. I guess that's the official name for the move, because it's been the move for a while now in the game. He hits that energy field and completely blocks that Kamehameha. Oh man, dude, when he blocked that, at first I was thinking, okay, maybe it's gonna cause something to happen where 17 gets pushed back, something where he gets hurt. Nothing. The Kamehameha just implodes. Goku's just standing there, he's looking, and 17 comes flying through the freaking dust. Oh my god, so freaking quick. And then they have that shot from the preview where they meet fist to fist, and it's just all epic. The electricity, the static, the air is flowing, and then they go break off into this just a speedy fight where they're going all over the place, and they land in the water, and then before you know it, the fight's over. But what I gotta say, that fight was freaking amazing. And I know a lot of people complained about the fight because of what happened with, you know, Super Saiyan Blue not looking as strong as it normally does. That kind of takes away from what happens here if you kind of have that point of view. And I'm not trying to take away from anyone's point of view, but look at it like this. 17 keeping up with the Super Saiyan Blue Goku, it's a perfect way to introduce that because one, 17's a brand new character in a sense because he hasn't been on the show at all. He hasn't been on Super at all. He's been in Z, but only for a few episodes. He is a strong character. Everybody knows he's got a certain level of power. The androids were a true threat back when they did debut. So with Goku having an even fight with 17 opens the door for more characters to kind of catch up to Super Saiyan Blue and almost have a more fair chance or kind of raise the power level or the standard power level for the base fighters, like, you know, the 17s, TNs, Yamchas. I'm not saying Yamcha, wow, I really said Yamcha. I didn't mean to say that. I don't mean everyone is going to get to that tier, but it kind of opens the door to where you can see some people are able to touch that level and not have God Key, but just have great training or some type of ability, because 17's got something going on that we don't know of yet, and I hope we get that in the future because we could definitely use some more 17. I'm not complaining at all. But more so than it having Super Saiyan Blue look weak, this was a chance to make other characters look strong and also chip away at the idea of Super Saiyan Blue being this almighty, all-powerful, all-perfect form. So that way when Goku does attain a new level, it makes sense. It's the same way they've done Dragon Ball in other seasons or other sagas, like in Dragon Ball Z with Super Saiyan 2. Once that came out, or once that was on the way to coming out, like I said in my video before, Super Saiyan 1 was only a big deal up until the point where Vegeta debuted it, and then after that, it became a normal standard base form for Goku and Teen Gohan. So you got some people may be mad about the knockdown of Super Saiyan Blue, but just expect or just know that this kind of confirms that there is more to come for the power of Goku, if not more, all the Saiyans in a sense. Because I'm not saying everybody's going to hit Super Saiyan Blue, but I'm saying it's going to open the door so more people have that chance. So just look at this more so as a debuff for Super Saiyan Blue and a rebuff for some of the characters on the show, so we can have some more great fights and more plots and more stories that involve more than just Goku and Vegeta. And I feel like it's almost like, you know, Dragon Ball Super's way of kind of fixing the mistake they made early on by making Super Saiyan Blue such a prominent and, you know, all-powerful form, which I'm not complaining at all, but I will say I am enjoying the way that they are changing and kind of redefining what Super Saiyan Blue is as far as power scale goes. So not to get too much of a tangent on that, afterwards you do see Goku and 17 sitting down, hanging out, just having a talk, and you get confirmation here that 17's life that Akira Toriyama gave in that interview, he did tell us how, you know, 17's life as a park ranger, he had a family, he had a wife, 3 kids, 2 that were adopted, 1 that was him and his wife's own. So that story is now, I guess you could call it anime canon. I don't really like to get too much into canon, non-canon. I just like to enjoy the product for what it is. But you do get to finally know that 17's life is like that. You know, we get a little further on, 17 asks why Goku is here. You know, all that stuff's nice. He's like, yeah, thanks for asking about my family and all that, but why are you here? Because I know you're not just here to, you know, catch up. You're not here to make friends. I mean, you may be, but you're not here to just introduce yourself. You have a reason, right? So Goku tries to lie right off the bat with the tournament, tries to feed him the same crap he gave to 18 about the money, but unlike his sister, 17's not that money hungry, so he's not going to fall for that. And Goku spills the beans. He tells 17 what Gohan told him not to tell, but the odd thing is 17's reaction. 17 said he was completely content with erasure if that meant everyone was getting erased at the same time. There's not much you can do about that. So 17 was okay with this happening, which is a little odd, but you can see how that can happen. It just seems like it's kind of 17's character to just go with the flow, roll with the punches. We also got a little glimpse at the Space Poachers coming in episode 87. So with that, we find out there's about 31 hours and 40 minutes left before the tournament for them to get the rest of this team up. So there you guys have that. And then we got a little preview of next week. And while next week might look like a little bit of a cool down, don't worry, because the following week after, we've got some hype stuff to get into, and I'm gonna do a video on that later this week. But with that, you guys, my name is Legendary Z. Don't forget to leave a like, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. Don't forget I do Dragon Ball and other anime stuff coming soon, but Dragon Ball and a little bit of gaming here and there. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to comment down below to let me know what you guys thought about episode 86. Are you guys hyped for Android 17? Did you enjoy the fight between him? And how do you feel about Super Saiyan Blue getting a bit of a debuff? Because I know that's kind of a split topic here in the community. Some people are upset by it, some people don't mind it at all, but I want to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comment section below. And once again, I just want to thank you guys, Legendary Team. We have reached a power level over 1,000, and we are still growing. 9,000 to come soon. That's the goal for the little Dragon Ball trope. But with that, you guys, I just want to say thank you one last time. I appreciate you guys, and I will see you for the next one. And all I want to ask you guys to do for now is stay lit, stay legendary. Peace.